Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at the question, how might we implement 360 video and augmented reality in education? Okay, that's part of our week 5 learning objective, where we're looking at different emerging technologies in this world of visual media design. Specifically today, right, like we said, we're focusing on that 360 video and augmented reality. Let's start with 360 video. So 360 video is a very cool concept. Normally, when we're recording video, we have to point at a specific subject and right frame the subject and focus on that target. But with 360 video, the way it works is the camera is essentially a sphere or ball, and it is recording in every direction at once. Okay, so what 360 video allows us to do is observe the entire real world as an observer would from a single point. Okay, so in 360 videos, when they're posted on YouTube, you can click on the screen and drag and look around and see different parts of the world. So it's pretty cool technology. Cameras look something like this. I think they range from like $300 to $500 on the low end. But you can see that little kind of ball in the top there, and that is this sphere that's recording in every direction. Okay, so some really cool technology and on that department of 360 video. As far as augmented reality goes, the way I see that they're connected is 360 video records the real world, and augmented reality lets us display information on top of the real world. Okay, so with augmented reality, we have the viewer that's looking through some device. They're looking at the real world, but the device is overlaying windows and labels and computer programs. Okay, so we're layering information on top of the real world with augmented reality. Okay, it's similar to virtual reality, but you can still see that real world in the backdrop. Okay, so augmented reality comes up a lot in glasses these days, these AR glasses. And I think they're actually a similar price point, like $300 to $500 when I was looking, but that'll obviously vary based on the model. That's probably the low end. But augmented reality allows us to look at the real world and display information over it. So you can imagine how cool and useful this will be down the road once we get to the point where maybe you're walking through a museum, and as you're looking around, labels pop up underneath the information, right? Or maybe you're hearing a conversation from someone and a translation pops up on your glasses so that you can see what they're saying in another language in real time. Lots of cool concepts, I think, here, but definitely pretty futuristic. But when we talk about AR, augmented reality, this is what we're talking about. This ability to layer information on top of the real world. Okay, as far as remaining tasks today, there is no required reading. I couldn't find any really good articles that I wanted you guys to sink your teeth into on 360 or AR. So instead, I'm just going to give you guys some videos to check out, some tools to explore. Okay, there is some 360 video examples that are posted on there. So make sure you guys check those out. Make sure you're clicking and dragging so you can see the different parts of the video. I think that's a really cool kind of technology. And there's also a video on the smart glasses and kind of what they look like. So you guys can check out those tools. And then there's no quiz today, just a discussion. Okay, so you can check out those videos, try out the discussion. Okay, a pretty easy week from a content perspective. We're just looking at some of this newer technology and how it might apply. Okay, so let's take a look at that discussion 9 and we'll wrap things up. All right, so here's what we have for discussion 9. This is your assignment for the day. Since this is our last week, there'll be no replies for our last 2 discussions. Okay, just make sure you're submitting your post by this Friday, 7/12. Okay, that'll be the final due date for all material. So any work, have it submitted by that Friday and I'll be able to grade it. And if you need more time than that, please let me know. Okay, we can give out some incompletes. I know this summer pace is quick, so if you're falling way behind, just reach out. But if you're not falling behind and you can meet this Friday deadline, you should be good to go. As for discussion 9, just some quick questions. Do you believe 360 video will become an important area in education in the future? Why or why not? Okay, so I'm just asking you about this concept, and Do you think this tech is useful? And then number 2, give an example of how you might utilize 360 video to illustrate an educational concept. Okay, so now we're thinking about how we might use this technology. Questions 3 and 4 are the same as 1 and 2, but for augmented reality. Okay, so still thinking about those different ideas, these new technologies. And on 5, I'm wondering what challenge/pitfall do you see in either of these techs, and how might that cause some issues? Okay, so those are our 5 questions we have for discussion 9. Each question is 2 points, and that is due on Friday. So as always, try this out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay, we're just looking at some newer technologies today and kind of thinking about how we might use those. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.